Parliament is today hosting a national youth dialogue on building bridges and the Big Four as part of a commemoration of the International Youth Day. This dialogue draws youth leaders from the 47 counties, 290 constituencies and other sector interest groups. The UN General Assembly declared 12th August as the International Youth Day in...
Thank you. The members is the first in the National Assembly where at least they've conveyed here to see how Parliament works. They'll be taken through the procedures. Basically, one thing that has come out is about the 30% provision and or rule that youth should benefit from 30% of that government procurement processes. They've also looked at matters corruption, and the youth here basically will be taken over those procedures, and they've been told that it is part of that participatory process to understand how Parliament works. And now we have so these are very, very critical matter where the National Assembly yesterday afternoon we saw them shoot down that report from the Joint Committee that investigated that poisonous and illicit sugar into the country. It is a matter that Kenyans were expecting after 30 days to know whether the sugar that is being consumed is either poisonous and or not. These probe came after the CS Interior Fred Matiang'i said that the samples that had been tested so far by the government chemists had tested positive for mercury. And now joining me is a member for Dagoretti North, Simba Arati. Yesterday, this report, you are a member of the committee, and the report was shot down. Your reaction?
It's the worst case and scenario and the darkest day of the Parliament, as the conduction of the business of the Parliament happened yesterday. It was unfortunate what we saw in Parliament, because indeed if the likes of Mbadi, Duale and others who claim to be knowing standing orders, they would have come in with their own amendments to improve on the document. If they wanted to expunge the names of the CSS, 3 of them, because they had the interest, they should have come with an amendment to remove the 3 CSS, improve on the document. But what we saw yesterday is absurd, including the Speaker himself, because the Speaker did not give members of the Kanini Kega was reading the document through. There was noises all over. You could not even understand what was reading. Therefore, it was a well-calculated move. It's a big embarrassment, a big embarrassment, that we have spent taxpayers' money for around 1.5 months, and we come in the Parliament. People throw out the whole document, which was to save the sugar sector. As we are talking, people will continue consuming the stomach shake, not brain shake. That one I have to put it clear. Wait, you'll see. It's now the game has started. We will deal with them indifferently, even if it's not on Parliament floor, but we'll deal with them on different floors until the Kenyans get satisfactory answer what informed the likes of Mbadi, Duale and their supporters, because they had the numbers in the cafeteria, the Senate cafeteria. They should, because they went there, they saw what was going on. Therefore, what is happening? My colleague here was being tried to be given 10,000. He refused inside the chambers. Therefore, what is happening is that we have gone too low, that I don't know who will remedy on terms of performance of Parliament, when we see clearly, even including the Speaker himself, biased. Even he refused. I went up to him to ask him to give me a chance to talk. He refused. Therefore, what we are saying is we have gone too low, which we need a remedy from other quarters to shape up the happenings in Parliament. It's sad.
Thank you, Bashima Arati. That's from the great member of Parliament, Simba Arati, just trying to share with some of these what happened yesterday when the sugar report was shot down. And joining me is Kimilili, member of Parliament, Didmas Barasa. Your response to this shooting down of this report?
It was unfortunate. Yesterday, I saw a completely different Duale. We've abdicated our duties that we are supposed to work on for Kenyans, but yesterday, I saw Parliament being taken over by the cartels and their agents. I saw horrible Fatuma Gedi trying to bribing members of Parliament. He tried to bribe me. I asked her whether she's out of her senses or not. It's completely regrettable.
How can we confirm this, that there was an attempt to bribe you?
They wanted to bribe me. They wanted to bribe Honorable Major John Waluke. We were seated together. The proposed amendment by the Honorable Gladys Wanga, and the proposed amendments and the committee report was for the interest of the sugarcane farmers. So I think what I saw yesterday was the minority, including myself and Honorable Asrati, who were supporting the plight of the cane farmers, and also another majority of the people who are acting in the interest of the sugar barons, people who bring sugar into this country and even who evade tax on everyday basis.
Some of the members who are bringing amendments were accused of trying to introduce new evidence on the floor of the House. Maybe that's why these amendments could not be accepted.
I want to make it clear that Honorable Ben Wasiali's amendments that were never allowed by the Speaker. They were never allowed on the basis that a letter from the Ministry of Agriculture to CS Rotich that Honorable Wasiali was in possession. It was not part of the. It was not possible, not coming to oppose it on the floor of the House without any amendments.
Now, what do Kenyans do now that the sugar is still, or at least 1.3 million bags or kilograms of sugar is out there, which is contaminated? What next?
All is not lost. Kenyans had this in mind when they drafted the new constitution that put different arms of government independently. And the only last hope for Kenyans is the Director of Public Prosecution, the DCI, and the Ethics and Corruption Commission, and of course the judiciary. They should take up the matter, investigate this matter, because it's a fact that we have sugar in this country. It's a fact that whatever Gazette Notice Rotich signed, the one for milk, he specified the quantities. But the one for sugar, it was an open check. They brought in sugar that is enough for this country for the next 3 years.
Thank you. That's Kimili, Member of Parliament, Didmas Barasa, just trying to tell, and maybe before I leave, Simba Arati, what happened?
All right, thank you very much, Patrick Amimo there. Patrick Amimo from Parliament, giving us just some reactions on the shoot down on the sugar probe report that